Hi fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I'm joined now with Teofimo Lopez. Teo, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm thankful, and I'm grateful, and I'm blessed. I'm just thankful to be here, and thank you guys for taking your time out to do what you guys do.
All right, so the last time we spoke, we were talking about you fighting on Triller, pushing back the date. So a lot has changed since that point. Here we have it, and now you're fighting on a Matchroom DAZN card. Must be a bit of a brain fuck, to say the least.
Yeah. You know, I think it's something that I'm very appreciative about. You know, the fight is gonna happen. You know, November 27th. There's no change in dates. There's nobody that's unorganized. The Zone and Matchroom is an organization that they know what they want. They know how to move the things that they need to do. They know how to promote fights. You know, so I'm very thankful to be on this platform. You know, and I just want to give them a show and let them know that Teofimo, the takeover, we go anywhere, we make it anywhere.
So last time you said that the prediction was first round. Are we still going with the same prediction?
Yes, first round round knockout.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't blink.
Yeah, don't blink. And when you sit down, don't look down.
Okay. Well, obviously, I spoke to George Kambosos Jr. actually about a week and a half or so after our interview. And I asked him about that confrontation. Do you remember the one you said with the family, where he approached the family? Mm-hmm. He says that that was taken out of context, and in fact that he would never disrespect you or your family that way.
Oh, now he wants to take his words back. Now you want to take your words back. Nah, man. I believe my family before anything. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna believe him. You know, so at the end of the day, they know they were there. I wasn't, but I'm gonna believe my family. They felt a certain way with this guy. He said what he had to say. You know, he said pretty much that that they have COVID. You know what the fuck they're doing here. So it's like, all right, cool. You screaming that out loud so everybody can see that. You know, so everyone treated my people wrong. They treated them wrongly. But it's all right though. It's cool. He gonna get all this and more.
You're very dedicated to what you do. You basically live in the gym even when you're not fighting or you don't know when the next date's going to be. I'm just curious to find out, obviously I'm bringing this up because it's Canelo versus Plant Media Week, and Canelo had recently made some comments about Ryan Garcia. Did you read about those, on how he was saying that he didn't think that he was, I guess, taking it as seriously as he should? Did you read any of those comments?
I did.
What did you think of him saying that?
Only his team, only they know they're with Ryan Garcia, you know. And I mean, who are we gonna believe Ryan or are we gonna believe Canelo? You know what I mean? The accolades show. You know, Canelo is saying that. You know, obviously he's a big supporter. I think he's just trying to motivate him, let him know, like, hey, I'm upset with you. Like, you could be at this level, but you're choosing not to because of whatever reason. You know, only he knows. So, that's a bummer, man. It's a lot of talent that's not even being used. You know what I mean? And if anything, it's being used the wrong way or being taken the wrong way. You know, like Ryan Garcia has a bright future. That's if he wants it, though. You know, but you got to fight. You got to fight guys like me. You got to fight guys the best, man. You do. That's the only way you get to that point. Canelo had to do it, so what makes you different?
Right. Devin Haney. Let's talk about let's talk about it, Teo.
Yeah.
You know, you guys had some words. You had some words. You said, you know, what happened to the meeting with Bob several times. Well, I didn't hear if they ever responded to that. Was there?
No, they didn't.
No?
They stood quiet.
Okay.
Because it's true. What happened to the meeting with Bob? And Bob states it as well. They didn't show up. They had an arrangement to meet at the Top Rank office, and they didn't go. There was a no-show. You know, so what does that really show you guys? You know, we could have made the fight happen. We could have done something that Canelo did, right? Canelo fought Caleb Smith, but he already had a fight lined up with Billy Joe Saunders afterwards, right? We could have done something like that, and that's what we were planning to do. But they never showed up to make the fight happen. They never showed up to even sit down with them.
He said, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I saw him say on the video that you guys could do your fights respectively after your next fights.
Well, yeah, that's what what Eddie Hearn was talking about. Okay. That as long as he wins his fight, I win my fight. We can make the fight happen sometime early next year.
Your dad and Eddie sort of had or your dad was saying a few things to Eddie.
True, though. He said, we fought Lomachenko. We're not gonna fight that fucking bum, and it's true. We're not gonna fight that fucking bum. Like, we beat the #1 pound for pound in the world, and we look great doing it.
Right.
So who is Devin Haney to us? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking past anybody. I'm looking through these guys. I'm over here trying to, if he's the dream, I'm his nightmare.
Sorry. You guys are always coming up with the funniest shit to say to each other.
At least mine is real. Oh.
Well, now that you mentioned Lomachenko, right? Now that we've mentioned Lomachenko, your dad and Bob sort of had like this, I don't know, handshake agreement sort of thing. Oh yeah. I don't recall what show it was on, but they basically said that the rematch could happen next. We know that's not happening next. So what happened? What happened with all of that?
I think my father didn't talk to me about certain things. I think I tell him, like, if I'm standing on something, you stand with me on it.
Right.
Don't go around it and try to do something when we already did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to go back. I gotta keep moving forward. You know, so I had to talk to my father about that. There's certain things that I gotta grab him under my wing sometimes and let him know, like, don't fall into their trap. Let's keep moving forward and let's keep leading. They want us to take a step back. They want us to give them another chance. They want us to do this and that. I'm not gonna do that. I beat the man that was the man. I hold the Ring Magazine belt. I'm the man in the lightweight division. And I did it the right way. I beat him unanimously. So it's like, you know, my father gets hyped though. He just wants to be, he's the type that, you know, he's the type when people are talking about something, he'll just do it. And he'll let everybody see that we still the same people that we were when we beat Lomachenko. I get it, but there's just certain things I got to educate him on when it comes to this negotiation because I know how people want to do it. Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yes.
What'd you make of his performance?
Great performance, great look for him, and shout out to Jamel Herring, you know, world champion for 2 years in 130 division. I mean, he busted his butt getting to that point, you know, so I feel like, you know, it's just the old line passing it to the new line, you know, and that's it, you know. Shakur Stevenson, you know, he wants to unify now against Oscar Valdez. I think that's a great fight, great matchup, and it's definitely one to watch. Hopefully, Top Rank, ESPN, they can make that fight happen. I don't see why not. You know, they're both under the same platform, the same promoter, so it should be an easy fight to make happen early next year.
And lastly, Tio, I want to know, I know that you're friends with Caleb Plant, so I'm not going to put you on the spot and start asking for predictions.
I would say it's respect. I'm respectful for both guys.
Right. So could you, rather than give a prediction, would you mind giving us keys to victory for each?
Keys to victory for Caleb Plant. You have to, with Canelo, you can't outbox him. You have to set the tone. You got to use your jabs at all times. Jab to the body. The key points to that, solid punches. When Canelo's coming in, you have to hit him with something. You can't just tap him. Canelo has a chin. Canelo will keep moving forward, and he'll start dissecting you. So when you hit him, you tap, 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 pop. You got to hit him with a pop. I can say it's called pop, pop, bam. You know, whatever. Key points to this, I would say also head movement. Lots of more head movement and feints. Lots of feints. For Canelo, breaking down the body. Touching him up, down, and switching the levels. Jabs imply as well for Canelo. And couple fakes with his hands. Get him off balance. Get him to not really know what's going on, what's about to hit him next. And at the same time, put pressure. Lots of pressure.
Well, Tio,
Cut the corners.
thank you.
And cut the corners.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I wish you all the best on November the 27th. Are you excited to go back home and do it in front of your hometown?
Yes, I am. I'm excited. I feel like a kid going to a candy store right now. November 27th is going to be the one to watch for everybody. Get the app right now. Get the DAZN on the App Store. And for everybody, if you haven't purchased tickets, purchase them on Ticketmaster.com. And you guys can watch the greatest man right here, the greatest showman, Teofimo Lopez.
Are you guys going to do like a delayed Thanksgiving since you can't obviously take part?
No. My delayed Thanksgiving is my son coming before my fight.
So he is going to be born before then?
Yeah. Just found out. Okay. Just found out he'll be born any day now.
Oh wow! Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I know it's going to be life-changing for you.
Oh yeah, and then that's why I'm going to finish this fight in one round. I got to go back to my son.
All right. right, Tia, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it as always.
Thank you.
Hey Fi fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking this icon right here and hit the bell button below so that you can receive an alert every time we upload a new video.